Concerns for a member of the First Family.
There are new revelations tonight involving President Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner, who's already under FBI scrutiny in the Russia investigation.
KCAL 9 political reporter Dave Bryan joins us now with these new revelations. Dave.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say the Russian operators in all this have seen just about everything, but even they were shocked by this one. Once again, presidential son-in-law and senior White House advisor Jared Kushner's meetings with high-ranking Russian officials are making headlines tonight. The Washington Post reporting Kushner and the Russians discussed creating a secret communication channel with the Kremlin. One day after it was revealed that Jared Kushner is now being scrutinized by the FBI in the Russia investigation of election meddling and possible collusion, the Washington Post reports Kushner and the Russian ambassador, Sergei Kislyak, talked about setting up a secret and secure back channel to shield their discussions from being monitored. Adam Entus worked on the Post report.
Basically, you had a meeting in New York. Kislyak comes up to see Jared Kushner. And during that discussion, according to Kislyak's account, you basically have Jared Kushner proposing the idea of having a secure private communications channel. And Jared actually proposes doing so at a Russian facility, specifically the Russian embassy in Washington, which Kislyak, according to his reporting home, he was taken aback by that. He thought that was a bizarre suggestion.
The Post report was based on information from U.S. officials who were briefed on the intelligence reports. Kushner's proposal to keep the communications from being monitored by U.S. intelligence agencies was made at the aforementioned meeting on December 1st or 2nd at Trump Tower. The meeting was also attended by former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn, and the FBI is reportedly focusing on it as one of two key meetings of investigative interest in the Russia investigation.
This is the first time that we've really seen someone in President Trump's inner circle become a focus of this ongoing inquiry.
In early April, the Post reported on another secret attempt to establish a Trump-Putin back-channel communications connection at a meeting arranged by the United Arab Emirates in January on an island in the Indian Ocean. A meeting involving Eric Prince, a former Trump supporter and the founder of the Blackwater security firm, and also attending was a close associate of Vladimir Putin. Prince reportedly gave more than $200,000 to the Trump campaign, and his sister, Betsy Voss, was appointed the Secretary of Education. This has been a bad week for Kushner, and L.A. Congressman Ted Lieu says it raises so many unanswered questions that it reinforces his call for Kushner's security clearance to be revoked.
Now you have Jared Kushner, who he understands that people know he's under FBI scrutiny. Russians can go to him and threaten him with fake or real information. He is now in a compromisable position. He needs to have his security clearance suspended. I actually called for his security clearance to be suspended last month because he lied on his security clearance form when he omitted all contacts with Russia.
And in a related development tonight, Reuters is reporting that Jared Kushner had at least 3 more previously undisclosed contacts with Sergei Kislyak, the Russian ambassador, during and after the presidential campaign. 2 of those contacts were phone calls. But this is important to point out. While Mr. Kushner is under FBI scrutiny, he is not currently the subject or target of a criminal investigation.
Yeah, so Dave, these revelations raising so many new questions about the Russian investigation, possible collusion. So what are the different congressional committee investigators doing about this?
Yeah, well, one of them is taking the lead, and that's the Senate Intelligence Committee. They're certainly leading the way now, and the reports like this day after day continue to widen the investigations and are creating a lot of issues to be resolved. So to that end, the Washington Post reporting tonight that the Senate Intelligence Committee has now asked President Trump's political organization to hand over all Russia-related documents, emails, and phone records going back 2 years to June 2015, when the campaign was officially launched. That certainly could open up a massive probe into Russian possible meddling and collusion, and it's a clear signal that the Senate committee is launching a comprehensive, serious, and wide-ranging investigation. Jeff, back to you.